Happy Valentine's Day and Red Dress Sunday to you, and many blessings too. This message is coming from Miss Annie. That's me, Annie the Kinderklown. And how you doing today? Well, today's tutorial is going to be all about balloons and how we can enhance them too. Well, I'm going to show you guys how we're going to dazzle out this Valentine's Day centerpiece for my daughter. She loves butterflies and bumblebees and all those kinds of wonderful things, but especially butterflies. So today I'm going to show you how we're going to enhance this centerpiece and actually make it really special. And as you can see, I've got all kinds of color schemes going on up in here. I've got the pearlized pink, and then I have the red as well, and then of course the 5-inch black, and this is an 18-inch mylar, and these are about 9-inch balloons. Okay, so guys, if you're ready, just sit back, watch, and observe. Now, I learned how to do all of these wonderful balloon tricks that I am going to show you today by research. Everybody say research. If you said research, give yourselves a hand. Yes, good job for you. The only way that it's going to get done, and you can take it from Miss Annie, is if you put the time, the practice, and the patience in implementing and you know, just going forth with your craft. Because if you don't put the time, the patience, and the practice in, forget it. You're never going to succeed at what you do, and you'll never be the best, because you're good, better, best. You never let it rest until your good becomes your better, and your better becomes what? Your best. Now today I'm going to use my small hand pump to show you guys one of the little tricks of the trade of how to actually enhance this centerpiece, and you'll get to see it in just a few minutes. So today I'm going to use two of the 260, say 260, and it's pre-inflated already. And then I'm going to use a purple 260 balloon and a 160 in white balloons as well. And then I'm going to use my rose colored if we're going to, you know, enhance and use that too. Now I want to tell you guys the first thing that you're going to do to make your spiral, and that's what we're going to make today. I'm going to show you how to use a spiral, a spiral balloon to enhance your Valentine's Day centerpieces, or centerpieces for any occasion. I have this prop that I made, and it's made out of PVC piping. See the base of it? I did it. By God's grace. I did it. She did that. I sure enough did. And then you have this PVC pipe inserted in the inside, and you have it glued down with PVC pipe from your regular hardware store, your choice of where you'd like to go. Okay, now I've tied on the base of this, and this is a PVC pipe that I use for my columns. Okay, with this balloon already being inflated, guys, I'm going to take this piece right here, as you see, and just insert it up under there. You see that? I'm going to wrap it around. You don't want it to get tangled, so just kind of smooth it softly as you go. So you got to use your eye and your hand coordinating this. Okay? And this is the insertion of where you would insert your hand pump. It's best to use a hand pump when you're doing this. So to get your spiral effects, it's good to add bunches of maybe 1 or 2 260s. Okay guys, are you ready? Okay, here we go. I'm just going to inflate it little by little, and you will begin to see it spiraling all the way up to the top. When you can't inflate it any further, then you remove it from under. Let a little air out if it gets too full and tight. And that's one. Now, not all of them are going to be the same exact length or size and proportion. And there you have it. You can pull it out a little if you want. But in just a couple of days, it's going to get a little soft anyway. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Putting that on the side. Okay, let's try that again. Now, these balloons, I've already inflated them, and then I release the air without tying it. Okay, that is how you get your spiral. Okay, one more time. You have a little rubber band or some kind of support that'll stay up there to hold that in place. You see that? Hold it in place. That holds it in place. This time I'm going to wrap it a little wider just so you can see the diversity of how you can do it. I'm not going to do it close together this time. I'm going to do it like that. And sometimes if it gets untangled, you know, as we said, good, better, best, you'll learn ways to get around doing things in a more excellent way. Do you see that, guys? There it is. It's a longer type of spiral, but it's a good spiral, okay? Now, I am going to tie the two of these together. And on my column, which I have already pre-assembled, I use a clear balloon, which is a 5-inch balloon, just to hold it as a weight. You just put water in it from the nozzle of your from the faucet, putting it on the nozzle, the mouth of the balloon on the nozzle, and just releasing a little water in it at a time. You don't have to fill it all the way up, but you sure need to have a little bit of weight to hold things in place. Then you have your 5-inch balloons and your 11-inch balloons, and we'll talk a little more about how to put it all together and things another day. But for today, I am going to show you how you can actually enhance it. So I'm going to take my 2 spirals and put it around the 5-inch black balloons. And it looks better already. Now if I use yellow, that would be fine. If I chose to use white, that would be fine. But I chose to use pretty colors that I know my daughter would enjoy. And that's what a gift is all about. Whenever you give someone a gift, that gift is not about you. It's all about the person that is going to be on the receiving end. So you want to make sure that they're going to be happy. We're going to make about maybe 8 to 10 bubbles to put around the bottom of that heart. So that's 1, and you want to twist it real good so they stay in place. 2, 3, holding it up under my arm. 4, 5, twisting it, making my bubbles. 6, see that? 7, 8. And I think we can actually go to about 10, 9, and 10. You want to kind of measure and see how well the balloons fit around the body of that heart. So it looks like it's going to be a little more. 11, 12, 13, and let's try 14 and finally 15. Okay, twisting it real good. You've got a whole chain of bubbles. So I'm just going to wrap it around, and you're going to hear a little pop. Okay. I'm going to tie those bubbles, those chain of bubbles, into a knot. See how nicely it's coming together, y'all? Do you see what I'm saying? It just takes imagination. No one can say to you, oh, that's too much red, or that's just, oh, I would never use that choice of colors. Well, in the wonderful world of creativity, you can do anything you want to do. You know why? Because we are fearfully and we are wonderfully made. And now I am making flowers. And guys, if you want to remember how to make these flowers, I do have another tutorial that shows you. But this is more so something for the more advanced students today. Just to give you a little encouragement on how to put together enhancing your Valentine's Day or your birthday balloons, okay? And so I'll just let y'all see a little bit of Annie's world. I'm just getting in from a birthday party on today. Shout out to Raleigh, Shabri Tillman and her family. Shanae Miller is the birthday mom. Shabri and her sister. Ronte, how you doing? Some of my best customers in the Baltimore metropolitan area. And we thank God for them. There's your flower. We're going to enhance this with a flower. All the excessive balloon we don't need. We just pop it off and you just wrap it on around. We don't want to make the tutorial too long. But I just want those of you who don't have a budget, or you have a low budget, you can actually go to the dollar store, get your bag of balloons that are about 11 inches, inflated to 11 inches, or inflated to 9 inches. Whatever you prefer, whatever your heart desires. You take 2 balloons that are this size, the 5-inch or the 9-inch, and you inflate them and tie them individually. And then you take 2 and tie them together. And then after you get those 2 and you tie them together, you get a set of 2 more. And you tie it together and just kind of wrap it around. And that's what we call a quad. A duplet is 2 balloons tied together. A quad is 4 when you marry them together. The same thing for your 11-inch balloons, okay? We're going to let a little air out. I just did that for the sake of just encouraging your hearts to do well in making your centerpieces. And we'll do another tutorial on tomorrow. But for tonight, this was my unfinished business. I am making a beautiful flower to enhance. You don't want to miss tomorrow's tutorial. That'll be the 14th of February. And there you have it. I chose to use a lot of red because it's Women's Heart Month. And that's why I chose the red and white heart and all of the other accents as you see it. That's the back of the balloon. Okay. And this is the front with our little heart right up in the front, or you could actually put your heart on the side. whichever you prefer. Whatever you like, and you can actually see the purple a little more there. Now, if you really want this balloon to pop and really say something, if you really wanted to say something, then you can always add helium balloons. Just get yourself about 3 balloons, and I'll show you tomorrow how to stack them to add them to your centerpiece. So that's all you gotta do. Everything that you need, you can find it from your local dollar store. Happy Valentine's Day to you. And I want you guys to know that Jesus, he loves you, and Miss Annie does too. Don't forget, whenever you use your techniques for making the spirals, you can actually use a broomstick or a mop stick and just hold it between your feet. But whatever you do, do your best. You got your good, your better, your best. And you never let it rest until your good becomes your better and your better becomes your best. Have a great and a happy, wonderful, wonderful Valentine's Day. And visit me on YouTube, Annie the Kinderklown. And that is clown with a K. See me on Facebook too. Bye-bye.